What's better than one person's prediction for this summer's Euro 2024 tournament? Well, today in this video, I'm going to give you not one, but four. That's right, four different points of view for this summer's Euro 2024. Who they've got, I'll tell you all about it. It's coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today, I'm bringing in the Roverseas mafioso to talk all things Euro 2024. We got four different points of view for this summer spectacular. Who do they think will go the distance? Will it be different? Will it be the same? We're getting into it, all of it, in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash the old subscribe, boys and girls. Now, of course, I've done the predictions at least twice for this year's Euros, an extensive prediction over the course of 5 or 6 videos, and one final prediction where, of course, I gave you my thoughts. That is, of course, available on the channel, but in this video, we're going to ask the crew to see what they think will happen in Euro 2024 in Germany. Again, if you're new, smash your subscribe, smash the like, smash the little bell, but of course, let's get into it. Okay, so Euro 2024 is only a few days away, and of course, the Roverseas mafioso have got their own versions of what they think will happen in this summer's spectacular. I've got Denver joining me live, Millie as well is joining me. We got a couple other ones standing by as well. So, hello, Millie. How are you? First and foremost, how's your summer going?
I mean, it's absolutely lashing it down on and off here in Blackburn. I don't know about elsewhere, but yeah, this summer that we're getting isn't really summering to me.
No, wow, it is over here. It's a little bit roasty over this side of the pond, but I was hoping you guys might get some glorious weather in the next few weeks. Anyway, regardless about all that, of course, summer is around the corner. The tournament, Euro 2024, is about less than a week away. England, of course, are in the tournament. What are your hopes deep down? Do you think they've got a chance? Of course, they've just finished a couple of friendlies this past week. They won one, they lost one. What is your current feel for England before they've even kicked a ball?
I didn't manage to watch all these little friendlies, what they were doing, because of obviously a lot of this work that I'm doing in football itself. But obviously, by the sounds of it, they was all right for the Bosnia and Herzegovina one. But then for the Iceland one, I don't know what happened there, but it sounds like they didn't put the effort in of what's actually needed for Euros, because you've got the teams that probably won't do as good, so like Serbia and like Georgia and like the smaller countries, but then you've got those that like France, Belgium, Germany that'll probably end up wiping us out one way or another.
That's right. The big boys, the big heavyweights. And yeah, Iceland probably fall into the not so heavyweights, even though they're not in the tournament. But yeah, it does give some food for thought. Anyway, so I did task you, Denver, and the gang to go through the Euro Predictor and send me your group prediction. So we're going to talk about your group's predictions right here, right now. So, yeah, right. Tell them what you've done for Group A.
So, Group A, I've gone for Germany to be first, followed by Switzerland and then Hungary and then obviously Scotland. The only reason why I've gone for Scotland to be last, I know they seem to have been all right now, but in previous years they've not done right well, and obviously with the likes of Germany especially, they will get knocked out, I reckon.
Okay, so moving on to Group B. This is a more challenging group with some heavyweights in there. How do you see that one going?
So obviously it's got Albania, Croatia, Spain and Italy in it. And out of them four, you've got Spain and Italy that are the big boys, as what you say. Albania, I've gone that they're going to be bottom, just because they're not really known for the football, really, are they? You never really hear anyone saying, "Oh, I support Albania," unless you're from Albania. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So it's one of them with Albania. So I put them down as fourth, and then Croatia, I put them down as third. But I reckon it'll be very, very narrow between the top three. But it's the same with Italy and Spain. So obviously I put Italy first and Spain second, but I'm a bit like I don't know who's going to come first out of that, because when obviously I was sending you these predictions, I was a bit like, do I put Spain first or do I put Italy first? Because obviously they are really good teams, to be fair. But yeah, all to play for, really.
All to play for. But then I'll go over to England's group, Group C. I see that you've put them top. What about the rest of them? How have you got them making out?
So obviously, yeah, England first. They need to pull the finger out, but England first. Then I've gone Denmark second, and then Serbia and Slovenia. Because again, Serbia and Slovenia, you don't really hear anything about a national football team for them. You don't really hear anything about sports, to be fair, from them two. But obviously, it's one of them. I mean, they could absolutely surprise us and end up knocking Denmark out. Because Denmark, if you go back, like, if about 5-10 years, Denmark have actually got a pretty good record, to be fair. So that's why I put them second. But then obviously, England have gone first, because we all know why England have gone first. You sat there with bloody Scotland thing on. But yeah.
What I want to add is Denmark do have a European trophy. They did win it one time. So
Yeah.
let's go to the next row here. We got the heavyweights there. France, Group D. What else you got going?
So I put France first, and then followed by the Netherlands, Poland, and Austria. Austria, I put them fourth just because I don't really think they're going to go places with the football. They might win a couple of these games, but I don't reckon they'll make third. So I reckon they'll come out bottom. Poland, again, you don't really hear anything really about a Polish football team. I mean, I don't want to say they've got no history, but compared to like us in England, they don't really like to make a big deal out of it. So I think it'll be very narrow between them and the Netherlands. But obviously, the Netherlands have got quite a good record, to be fair. They've got quite a good record on like the past, again, about past 10 years. And then obviously when you go to France, you've got the big book players. I don't know if they'll actually be playing to like for them, because I've not really followed who's in their team. I've obviously only followed the one and only England. But yeah, I mean, if you was to look at that, I'm sure everyone else would say that France would come first.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see in a minute. We'll see. We'll compare. Then we've got Group E with Belgium, Romania, Ukraine, Slovakia. I see that's your order there.
Yeah. So again, Slovakia. Obviously, it's a smaller country. You don't really hear anything about that for any sort of sports, so that's why it's gone bottom. But they could surprise us, coming second or third. They could end up like taking them spots, but I don't reckon they'll end up taking first, because obviously you've got Belgium in it, and obviously Belgium are Belgium, like everyone knows who Belgium are. Not just because it's chocolate, but like for everything else. But then obviously between Romania and Ukraine, I was a bit 50-50 on where to put them, because obviously Ukraine, with them going through the war at the minute, at one point all these people that are playing for Ukraine, they did, I believe so anyway, have to get called up some way or another for this war. But obviously with them having the war in the first place, it's that football for the Euros is going to be the last thing on the mind, really. But I do hope they go well, because hopefully this war of theirs will end soon. And hopefully with them either coming second or even first, they might end up bringing some sort of, I don't want to say tourism, but some sort of like money back to the country to build it back up after the war. And then obviously Romania, I've gone them second, but like I said, I'm a bit 50-50, because you can't put two for second, really. because everyone knows that's not the way it works. So yeah, and then Belgium, like I said, Belgium's just Belgium, so sticking with them for first.
Alrighty, okay, and then finally, Group F. What have we got going there?
So for bottom, I've gone Georgia, just plainly because, again, Georgia's one of them that you don't really hear anyone saying that they're from Georgia. I know, obviously, people from Georgia don't really fancy the looks of England, because it is, well, by pictures anyway, I've never been. It is a beautiful country by the looks of it, but obviously, with it only being small, they don't really have. I don't want to say they don't have much going for them in the footballing world. But you don't really hear anything on TV like, oh, Georgia's done this, Georgia's done that. Do you know what I mean? They keep themselves to themselves type thing. So that's why I put them fourth. Then I've gone Czech Republic. So Czech Republic, it was a bit of a 50-50 with them too as well. So obviously you hear more about Czech Republic than what you do for Georgia, but you don't really hear much about the footballing teams. So I am a bit 50-50 on where I should have put them, but I do believe they're in the right bit. Turkey and Portugal. Well, I'm still sticking on putting Turkey second and Portugal first. But obviously it is all to play for, with it being a competitive like footballing competition. So I've only gone for Turkey to go second because I don't want to say that you don't hear about Turkey, because you do. Everyone knows Turkey over all rest of the smaller countries, but I don't believe that they've played right well in, like, whenever they have been, like, in the Euros and whatever else. I mean, they don't really make it to the World Cup and all that lot. So that's the reason why I've gone second for them. And then obviously Portugal, you do hear about them. You hear about them in the Euros, you hear about them in, obviously, World Cup. So that's why I've gone for first for them.
Also joining me is Denver. Denver, how are you doing? How's your summer going?
I mean, it's also rainy here in Wales, but I'm off to the States next week, so hopefully I've heard that it's been nice and sunny where you are, so fingers crossed I get out of here and get out of this rain.
How long are you over here for?
2 months, so I'm over. I leave next Sunday, and I'm back in the UK in September. So my summer will predominantly be in the US. This
Any Copa America action?
I mean, I'm working for most of it, so I don't think I'll see anything really, other than I'll try and get as much of the Euros as I can. But again, if I'm working, it's going to be like, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try and get to see as much of the football as I can. But we'll see.
All righty. So this is your prediction, and let me see if I can close in on that a little bit and make it big for us. There we go. So you've gone in Group A. You've gone with the Germans, the Scots, Switzerland, and Hungary. Explain your logic on that one.
So first thing, I'm just going to say, we don't mess about on the Roverseas channel. We go into depth on every single fixture and every single team we've had. I've watched seven of the last games of every team.
Good.
Looked at
That's
the
good.
And so this is as accurate as you're going to get. I definitely
your Hungarian knowledge is up there with the best of them.
Exactly, and I definitely didn't do it 50 minutes ago in the car because I just got home. So, my thought process here, Germany, of course, a host nation. We're expecting them to do well. They've not done really well in the past few tournaments, but they have got a solid squad, and we're expecting them to do really well. Scotland, look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised I even put them there myself, but I'm hoping that they've actually impressed me within the games. I know they've not won any in the last since they qualified. They've not actually won any of the fixtures. They've simmered down, but they've actually really impressed me considering the squad and the quality, the type of players that they've got. I think they have really done well to get into the Euros, and I think they deserve a crack at it, to be fair. As much as you have the Scotland and England bias, I really want to see them do well. Switzerland and Hungary, I think they've got a smattering of few good players. You like the likes of Soboslai, and you've got, I don't know if God, Shaqiri's still playing for Switzerland, but they have a few good players, and I just unfortunately don't think they're going to have enough to get through. But again, I can see Scotland finishing bottom. It's just predictions. They've just put them exactly where they are, and we'll see what happens there.
All right. Well, then Group B. This is a difficult one with some big juggernauts. Go through your order if you can.
Some big juggernauts, to be fair. So Spain at the top, they've got quality and abundant amount of talent. Will it be their year this year, or is it going to be a betting process similar to what we've done with England in the past few years? I don't know, but I think they've got enough quality in that side. A lot of winners now with the likes of Rodri and the Pedris of the world, and they've just got a really solid side. Italy have also done really well, but Italy are so up and down. Like they did make the last World Cup. I know it was a bit of a fluke with North Macedonia, but look, again, you could easily swap those two around. And again, with Croatia, they just beat Portugal yesterday. It's like it's difficult to call, even though they've got a lot of their big hitters are now out of the squad, and maybe not so highlight or standout names in that squad, but they're still a very good team and the same coach and well drilled. So again, those three could all. I think Albania is going to be the favourite for being bottom just because of those three juggernauts the past few Euros and World Cups. All
right, and then England's group. How do you see that panning out?
So of course the fixtures at the minute with England haven't been great. I've watched both the games. I've not been. I think people are really easy to blow up and make everything a bit bigger than it is. We've lost to Iceland and everything, but I think there were things there to look at and see what we need to improve. And again, remember, they're only just friendlies. And I remember, what was it, the last World Cup, I think we drew and lost off our final two games, and then we went on to do really well up until, of course, France. But again, I think we play well against France. So it's, again, just not to overreact and remember what those games are. And yes, we'd expect to win this group. Of course, it's never gonna be confirmed. My brain goes straight back to the 2014 World Cup when we ended up finishing bottom. It was fantastic that. But look, you look at this group and you think, look, they are good. There are good teams, and the reason why they're in the Euros, of course, they're no walkovers. But you think of Slovenia and Serbia. Again, I'm thinking of players who are definitely retired from these teams. Your Kolarovs of the day, and Denmark are a really good side and well drilled, and they've still got a few good players in that squad. So yeah, I think that's how the group's going to line up.
Okay, moving to Group D with the Dutch. You got the French in there. Tell me a little bit more about your mindset here for this one.
So I think I did put France top, but I've got my list here. But basically, so France, of course, a juggernaut of a nation. They're going to be one of the favourites to win the whole tournament alongside us. And I think their second team's stronger than most squads in the Euros. Netherlands again, they've also got a really good squad. I think they're almost underdogs in the Euros because of the Van Dijks of the game and stuff like that, and they've got a really solid squad. But I think in tournaments they seem to not. I don't know. You'd expect more, I guess, from the Netherlands. But in this scenario, you just got France that are juggernauts, and I just feel like they're gonna fly. Then you've got Austria and Poland. Now, I see other people might have put Poland third, but I don't know what I've seen of Poland. They've just limped into the tournament. They only just beat Wales. In one of the rounds, and just for example, Wales, and I see a lot of Wales stuff because a lot of Wales fans around there, and all my friends are, and they drew to Gibraltar, who most teams walked over. So it's one of them where I think Poland, and they only just limped in. So look, Poland, I think best days have got Lewandowski. They can't keep relying on him for the goals. So I just think they've not impressed me. They're going to be bottom. Austria in a really tough group. Netherlands, a great squad. And France are one of the favourites. So that's my Group D.
All right. Group B, we got, Group E. Talk me through that one.
So, Belgium, of course, not just famous for the chocolate. They are really good, a really good nation. Almost should say maybe past their best, as people might have said. So, of course, they've been number one team ranked in the world, but never quite done it at the major tournaments. But they've still got quality players in Lukaku and Courtois, of course, has just won the Champions League, and they're Kevin De Bruyne's of the world, and they're a ridiculous team. And you can't rule them out per se just because other teams are now favourites. But of course, in the case of this group, you think you come top. Slovakia, I think. With Slovakia, I'm not going to lie. I'm not an avid watcher of Slovakia and how they perform, but what I have seen, and we have played them in the past, and they are usually quite a well-drilled side, and we know it do cause us a few problems, and they can sneak in a goal. So I put them there. Ukraine, I've watched a bit of them. I watched them, of course. I think they've played England. Was it England a few times or Wales? I can't remember which game it was. But watching them, they're a well-drilled side, but I just don't think they lack a few of that magic that you need to really push on in these games. And Romania, again, I think the only Romanian player I can think of in my head maybe Latvia, who was at Chelsea, isn't he, at the minute? So again, my knowledge that was the best that I could do with putting them in those positions.
All right, and then finally we have. How am I going to do this? We're going to make this a little. There we go. We got Portugal. Portugal's Group F.
So of course, Portugal. You've got the man himself, phenomenal player. He's got all the records and accolades. But Diego Dallo with the FA Cup final win. What a quality player he is. And then that Ronaldo guy. I think he's but of course, Portugal are a really good side, and they've got really good players called Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo's of the world. Even though he's coming towards the end, it's probably one of his last tournaments, if not the last tournament. But you look at the group. Turkey, they're okay. Never really. They always make the tournaments. They never really. They've got a few smashing Çalhanoğlu, but they're not world beaters per se, as you say it with Portugal. You've got Czechia, who again, I don't know loads about, but I think looking at how I've seen Turkey play, and they never really impressed me. And then Georgia, just being such a small nation, it's for them to go on this miraculous run would be remarkable. And the fact that they're in the tournament in the first place is a credit to them. So, but yeah, that's the lineup.
That is the lineup. But you've still got a bit of homework to do. You've got to do your lucky losers. Four of these six will go through in your eyes. Who are your four?
So I'm going to say Croatia top. We're going to go through Switzerland, Austria. I'm going to put Ukraine as well. So
Croatia, Switzerland, Austria, and Ukraine.
Yeah, so Serbia, Turkey to go out.
So only two from England's group. And then how you doing there, Jacob? How you been? What's going on? How's your summer going along right now?
Not bad, Dirk. Very manic at the minute. Got my Man City summer program starting in a couple of weeks, which I'm managing. Exciting. So crunch time at the minute, and it's the first one I'm doing. So the pressure's on, I suppose. But obviously looking forward to the football. It's only 5 days away now.
5 days away now, because you had to be complicated and put yours in a audio message. Now we had to redo it. We're gonna have to do yours live, so we're gonna do them right here, right now. You're just gonna regurgitate what you told me, and I will rejig these suckers around. So talk to me about your Group A.
Yeah, I think as most people would say, Germany to finish top, even though they've had a few very disappointing tournaments in a row. You kind of expect that at least this time, being the home nation, that they should go quite far this time round. So I will go Germany top. I'm going to go Hungary second. I think Hungary have been fairly impressive in some of the most recent tournaments. Mine goes back to the last Euros when they're in that group of death, and they put some really good performances against Portugal and Spain in that group, I think it was, and Germany as well, I believe. And I think I'll go Switzerland third. I think they're on the decline a little. I think they've kind of going out of that golden generation, I suppose. You've still got the lad, to be fair, who Xhaka in midfield, who's just gone unbeaten at Leverkusen. But like your likes of Shaqiri and whatnot are kind of on their way out. As you can see with the flag in the background,
come on, Scotland!
I've kind of got to go Scotland bottom, but I do just genuinely. I don't see a world in how they win a game, I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the more challenging one then. Group B. How do you see that going?
Yeah, the group of death here. I think I'll go Spain top. I think they've got some exciting players at the minute. Italy, I will go second, just simply because I do think I think you can just leave it as it is. To be honest, Dirk, I do think Croatia, again, with their golden generation, they are kind of getting to that point now where they're getting that bit older. I mean, I think Luka Modric's 39 years of age, what's just mental, and he's still, winning Champions Leagues at that age, whereas, Wayne Rooney's been retired bloody 4 years or whatever at this point. Just absolutely mental. But yeah, I think we'll leave that as it is.
All right, and let's take a look at Group C, England's group, comfortably top, do you think, for England, despite the wobble the other day?
Yeah, I mean, I think back to the tournaments recently. I don't think we did particularly well in the couple friendlies leading into those tournaments. It doesn't really mean much, in my opinion. Obviously, it was it's a really bad result against an Iceland team that's a shadow of what they were in Euro. When was that now? Euro
16,
2016, yeah. But no, I anticipate England will comfortably get out of this group. I don't see Denmark, Serbia, or Slovenia being too much of a challenge in any of the games. I would hope that we would beat Serbia and Slovenia, and then you can accept a draw against Denmark, who I will put second. I think they are the second strongest team in that group. And then out of Serbia and Slovenia, it's a real toss-up in my opinion. But I'll give the nod with Serbia. They've got Mitrovic up top and a couple decent players. Probably more star power there than that Slovenian team.
All right. Yep. Okay. Over to Group D with the heavyweights. Couple of heavyweights in there. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, I think everyone would say France top. Probably the bookies' favourites, I would imagine, for the tournament. Netherlands second, and then tough one between Poland and Austria. But I think I'll go Austria third. I think Poland just aren't quite what they used to be, and I mean, obviously they are very much a one-man team with Lewandowski. So yeah, and he's never really kind of had that success for Poland, does he?
No, not when it comes to these. He seems to always, I don't know, forget his shooting boots or whatever. All right, Group E seems like an easy one there, maybe for Belgium.
You would think so, but I take my mind back to the World Cup last time round and just how woeful Belgium were, and it was almost like that dressing room were capitulating right in front of us with the comments from Kevin De Bruyne saying about how old his teammates were, which I can't see being very conducive to a good team spirit. So I am actually going to go with Ukraine top.
Wow.
I think, like I said, Belgium, just that golden generation's coming to its end. I don't think kind of the team morale is there, and I think Ukraine has absolutely everything, obviously, to kind of play for, with obviously the war and look what Alexander Usyk's just done, beating Tyson Fury, and all the people behind them. So obviously they'll be well up for this, the Ukrainians. I will go Belgium second. I don't see how they would finish behind Slovakia or Romania. Surely not. But I'll go Slovakia third.
Slovakia third, Romania fourth. And then we got the final group there with Portugal amongst others.
Yeah, I think Portugal's a bit of a gimme there. Ronaldo's last tournament, you would think.
Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, he is a freak of nature. But yeah, then second and third, I'll go with Czech Republic. Something a bit different, I suppose. I think the easier choice would be Turkey, but I'll give Czech Republic the nod and put Turkey in third.
Turkey third, Georgia fourth. Okay, you're not done with your homework just yet. We got the lucky losers. Who are your lucky losers? Who you got into? You got to pick four out of this
What's
bunch.
that last one? I'm covered.
Turkey. Sorry.
Turkey. It's all right. So you've got to think about the groups as well and who's going to get the most points in those groups, I suppose, don't you? To be honest, I don't know. A win should really see you through. I'll go Croatia because they should beat whoever's the one who's fourth in that group of death. I'll go Turkey because they should beat Georgia, was it? think I'll go Austria, and yeah, I think I'll leave it as that, Dirk.
All right.
Let's-
Mr. Haben, how are you?
I'm right.
Here
I'm
he is.
right.
We don't
Well, you
need
are-
Tez.
Yeah.
We've got Alex.
I've got a
Yes,
phone.
yes.
I've got a phone worth. I've got at least 1 out of 2 phones can do this.
Okay, well, we're gonna do you, but we're gonna do very brief because we are in the mid. Hopefully, we're gonna do you very brief here. If I can get the, where is it? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Okay,
Fashionably late, Alex.
yeah,
I know. I know. I have got a good excuse.
Okay, what's your excuse?
Apart from technical issues, my daughter fell over, so I was making a phone call.
Excuse given, excuse accepted. Okay, well, I'm going to put everyone else in the background here. We're gonna do quick fire. Do yours. Okay, so Germany, Scotland. I love to see it. Hungary, Switzerland. You agree with that? Is that good? Does that meet your quota?
Let me refresh.
Yes, you do. It does. It does agree. We're running late on time. So Group B, you have the Spanish, Italy, Croatia, Albania. What we're gonna do? I'll plow through this, and then we'll do your knockout. Okay. So then you have England, the Danes, Serbia, Slovenia. You have France, the Dutch, Poland, and Austria.
Correct.
And then Group E, Belgium, Ukraine, Romania, Slovakia.
Yes.
Correct. And then Portugal, Czech Republic, Turkey, and Georgia.
Yes.
Okay. So that's all good and bread and butter, nice and easy. You do have to pick your 4 lucky losers, though. Who are your 4 lucky losers?
Oh. So that'll be the best third place team.
Correct.
Right. I reckon Croatia.
Yep.
Probably Poland.
Oh, you're going Poland, eh?
A surprise one for me could be Hungary.
Okay.
It's even a surprise I put them in third. But they've gone up the rankings and they're on the up apparently. So
it's good knowledge. You're a Hungarian expert.
Yeah, that's why I put them there. So and the one more
for the road.
Not sure about that. I'll probably go Turkey.
All right. While we have a little bit of an intermission, let's talk a little bit about this chap here. We'll get you all in on this one here. All of you guys. Who's this fella here? Of course. Denver, let's go check you straight under the microphone here.
He's got a mustache now.
I know he's got a mustache. You know how he's aged. For as a Rovers fan, of course, we're very happy to see one of our own, make it to the England squad. It's a shame he couldn't do it while he was still a Rover, but you've seen him in the flesh. Tell me about how proud you are as a Rovers fan seeing this year at such a young age, representing his country and going to the Euros. You're on mute.
Still on
mute. Denver, you're on mute.
That never happened. No one saw that. It's honestly the fact that in January he was still a Blackburn Rovers player playing in the Championship. To see him now on the plane to the Euros, we'd always known he had this ability. That we knew he was a class player. But maybe the next 3 to 4 years we'd expect to see him pushing for England. But we didn't expect him to have. I know they're in different positions, but the likes of Jack Grealish and James, Maddison not making the squad, and the likes of Adam Wharton have. It also shows maybe people will say, the lack of quality that we have in midfield, but the guy's shown it, and he's shown how classy he is, especially in that game against, when we were in Newcastle, and just the passes he made, 100% pass accuracy he made that day for the 30 minutes he was on, and the forward passes and 2 big chances, just made it look easy. And if you told me that in January that he'd be playing for England, I would have laughed in your face. The fact he's doing it is honestly, it is a proud moment for the club, the academy, and Rovers fans, as he's one of ours. But literally the past year as well. A fun little fact: my grandma actually knows Wharton's grandparents, and they talk all the time, and she always fills me in and saying, "Oh, this and that about," and then so I kind of knew he was on the way to Palace before anything was announced, but
Well, get him on the podcast. Get him on the podcast.
I'll have to give them a nudge. Can you get him on? But look, it's really good to see him doing really well, and hopefully maybe get some minutes as in the Euros if you can. But yeah.
Well, Millie, you're born in Blackburn yourself, Millie, right?
Yeah.
Well, how does that make you feel? One of the local fellas pulling on the shirt with the three lions on there. Does it make you extra proud for the Euro? Does it give you a little bit extra something to look forward to these Euros?
Well, yeah, of course it does. Because I mean, everyone looks at Blackburn as if to say, "Oh, it's Blackburn. It's a shithole." So for someone who's, I don't want to say born in Blackburn, because technically speaking, he wasn't. He was born a dingle. He was born in Burnley General.
Whoa! I don't know how legit that is. I know I saw that on the Twitter somewhere somehow.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think he was born in Blackburn. I know somebody edited the Wikipedia, I think, to put that in there. So
right, yeah. So I've only gone off what I've obviously seen. But if he was born a dingle, let's just say that he was. If he was born a dingle, obviously, and he's obviously from Blackburn, played in the Blue and White Orbs, the likes of Alan Shearer's played in. Obviously, I mean, the guy's my age. He's only a couple of months older than me. He was born in February. I was born in December. So, yeah. So for someone my age to be getting called up to England, I know I'm obviously not a lad, but I mean, he's got to be doing something right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I just want to confirm. He some malicious, jealous, freaky six-fingered freak edited the Wikipedia. He is not born in Burnley. No way.
He wasn't born in Burnley.
No.
I have seen a photo. I have seen a photo of his family, when my grandma had this conversation, and someone in his family was wearing a Burnley shirt. So it might not be far, but I do believe he's a born and bred Blackburn fan.
Yeah, because now I just looked on the Wikipedia, it's all changed. It's gone back to Blackburn. Someone edited, and I tried to find who edited the thing. I was just going to name and shame them, but it was too complicated to figure out.
All right, then I do apologise to the Whartons if they ever watch this. I doubt they will. I do apologise, but. Yeah, but you do get people nowadays getting born in Burnley over Blackburn, so...
Right, yeah, but fake news, that's all it is, all malicious stuff. And Jacob, what about yourself? Of course, you're like, you could be as old as his dad. You could be his dad, or for crying out loud. What does it make for you to see him? Because again, you just like Denver, saw him plenty of times, putting on the blue and white shirt. Would you, what's your think of it? You turn the clock back just a year. And now he's playing for England. And sidebar question: will he actually get minutes? Do you think he'll actually start a game at the Euros?
In terms of his rise, it's just mental. His first team debut was that away game at Blackpool. I was there for that one. What a game that was! And he put in a man of match performance live on Sky for everyone to see. And I think after that moment, everyone knew we just had something special there. Just it's mental, really, to be honest with you. And I mean, as Denver said, we're not blessed with depth in that position by any means, but you still have to think about the fact he's beat out in that position Calvin Phillips, someone who played at all the games in the last Euros for us, a player that Southgate definitely could trust, and then also Jordan Henderson. I know he fucked off to Saudi for a little bit for some bags of money, but he purposely made a point of going back to Ajax to try and get into this Euros squad. And he's managed to beat them out. In terms of whether he'll actually get a game, I do genuinely see a world in where he could. I think if we're playing against one of maybe the tougher sides and Southgate wants to go a bit more pragmatic, have Wharton as your deepest midfielder, Rice in more of that kind of box-to-box role he's been playing at Arsenal. I can see a world in where Southgate does that, and to be honest, that is the way Southgate is kind of inclined to play, a bit more pragmatic at times. So I can definitely see it not being too gung ho. But he is a player that isn't just kind of your Jordan Henderson or your Calvin Phillips, who is a lot of sideways and backwards and just a very safe player. He is a player that will keep the ball safe for us, definitely. But the vision he just possesses is mental, isn't it? And yeah, like Denver said, I don't think any of us would have thought this Euros he'd have been on the plane. But I think if we'd have been saying, the next World Cup or definitely the Euros after that, we would have been saying, yeah, he's going to be on plane and he'll get some minutes. So I do genuinely see him getting some minutes. I think he'll definitely come on as a sub in at least a couple of the games. Whether he starts is a different question. It's a lot of pressure to put on someone who, as we said, was playing for Blackburn Rovers, in January. What's just mental. But I genuinely think he'll be able to cope with it. It's such a meteoric rise, and he's took it in his stride. He's fit right into that Palace team, and I don't think there's any reason why we couldn't be seeing this lad pulling on the Real Madrid strip in a year or two's time, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, well, let's hope, as Rovers fans, let's hope there's a big money move further down the road. Of course, we want to see him do well, but also line our pockets a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go back down to Millie. Millie, here we go. It gets serious now. We're going to do the round of 16, and it's quick fire. You got to go bish, bosh, bosh. And then we'll go through your last 16. Then we'll go to Denver's. We're going to eventually and see if you all pick England. Because if so, that will be, I don't know what it will be. Anyway, go. So up to you. Can we zoom in a little bit? How about that? Can you see that? Okay, Millie, this is yours. This is your last 16. So who do you got between Italy and Poland? Who do you think is going to come out on top?
I'm going to go Italy on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a no-brainer, really. I don't know what you lot think, but
we'll see what they might have. They should have a different bracket. And then we've got the Germans against Denmark. How do you see that panning out?
I'm gonna go Germany on this, but I reckon it will be close. Just because of obviously Germany's Germany in it, so. Not really much else to say about that.
Okay, we've got a tricky one here. Portugal, Croatia.
I'll go Portugal on this. I know obviously I said about Croatia before, but yeah, definitely Portugal.
Definitely Portugal. Then we got the Dutch against Romania.
I've got to go Netherlands on this one.
Yeah. I would agree if I was you, and this was my bracket. Then we have the Belgians up against Hungary.
I'll go Belgium on this one.
Yeah, it's looking good. Heavy was looking like a tasty quarterfinal. Then we have the French against Turkey.
I'll go France on this one.
Yeah.
France, good. Yeah.
And your bracket has given you England against the Ukraine.
England against Ukraine. Well, we'll go England just because it's England. We should all realistically support your own country, but we know that you haven't, Dirk.
And then we got one more down here: Switzerland, Spain.
I'll go Spain on that one, just because I like the Spanish.
Right. Well, we'll take a little look at yours in your quarterfinals in a second. Denver, you're next up here. Look at your interesting, exciting quarterfinals. We got Spain, Austria.
It's just quick fire, is it? We'll go through
fire.
As quick as you can. Spain.
Spain, all right. Germany against the Danes, just like Millie's.
What a game. Germany
on this. We got Portugal, Croatia. Is that the same as Millie?
That's just happened, hasn't it? And Croatia won, so this might be interesting. I'm going to go Portugal.
Portugal will win when it matters. You got the French against your surprise package, maybe Slovakia.
Part of me wants to just throw a curveball, but I have to go with France. Unfortunately, I don't think
France are a powerhouse. You got the Belgians against the Swiss.
I think I might throw me curveball here just to spice it up. I'm going to go say Switzerland.
All right. The Dutch against the Czech Republics.
I'm saying the Netherlands.
The Dutchies. England, Ukraine again, like Millie's.
Yeah, interesting. I'm going to go England.
Oh, see you by the way, Scotland in there. Aye. against Italy.
And
Sabella.
Italy win, unfortunately. I think
Oh,
Scotland. If
dang
Scotland
it.
make it this far, I'll be very. I can see Jacob shaking his head, disappointed.
I think Scotland will take us last 16. They'll bite your hand off, Denver.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jacob, now we're up with you with your bracket here. We got Spain, Austria.
Spain, comfortable
Spain.
win. Though.
We have another Germany, Denmark.
Yeah, I think that'll be a tasty game, but Germany with home advantage.
Once again, Portugal, Croatia. We seem to have a trend here.
Yeah, another tasty game there. But I will go with Portugal.
We'll go with Portugal. We have the Dutch against the neighbours, Belgium. They can knock on the door, say hello.
Yeah, I'll go with the Dutch.
The Dutchies.
On that one.
We got the Ukrainians, Switzerland.
Ukraine.
We got the French against the Czechs.
French, nice and easy one though.
England against Turkey.
Comfortable for England, I think.
Comfy England. And Hungary against Italy.
I'm gonna go for my shock one, Denver. Hungary, all
right. And we're locked in. Here we go. Here is your last 16 bracket sunshine. We have Poland. We have Spain against Poland. How do you see that panning out?
Spain against Poland. I see Spain winning that.
Spain coming out top. Once again, we have the Germans against the Danes. I think that's been on everybody's lips, so it looks like that could be nailed on. How do you think that goes?
That'll be a tight, close one, I think. I think Germany will probably edge it.
Nice, good decision. Then we have the Portuguese against Croatia, yet another favourable pick, and I think most of the people are going one way.
Portugal against Croatia. Croatia can pull off a shock. Portugal are very good. I think I'll back Croatia on that one.
Ooh, cool. It's a nice little spanner in the works. The Dutch up against the Ukrainians.
Ukraine. I think Ukraine will put up a real good fight, and that spirit they've got will put them in second in the group. But I think it'll be too much. I think it's Holland, isn't it?
It is Holland.
Yeah. So I think Holland will win.
Holland will win. The Dutch. Group E. The next one is Belgium up against Hungary. Surprise one for you.
Belgium, Hungary. Yes. I think Hungary again will put up a good show, but I think Belgium will probably be fairly comfortable in the end.
Okay. French against the Czechs.
French against the Czechs. I'm going to have to, as much as I don't offend any French people, but I probably wouldn't choose France out of choice, but I think, I've got to back the French because they're just powerhouse.
There we go. I was worried there. I thought, where's he going with this? Where's he
They're
going with this?
No. I'm not. You're
not calling for France. You're not cheering them on, but you think they are good, right? Just
exactly. They're like the team you love to hate because they're so good.
Yeah.
If you're not French, you're just you're bitter.
Well, you want them out because it makes it easy for England, right? That's
That's
the one that's standing in your way, I think.
Yeah.
Or is it the Turkish? England against Turkey. How's that go?
Oh, England against Turkey. Whew. Wow. Yeah. Well, I've got to back England. Of course I have.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
What about your dark horse right there, the Scots
as an Englishman
against Italy?
The Scots against Italy. Well, I'd love to see Scotland do it, and I'm not just saying that, to try and get some brownie points or whatever. I'd love to see Scotland do it. I'm a Brit, so any British nation, I'd love to see them do well. So I'd love to see Scotland do it, but logic dictates to me that Italy will win that one.
Oh, here we go. Is your quarterfinals. Look at them. Ouch. All right, Millie, who have you got for your quarters? You've got some big games. They're all big games. All four of them are big games. Italy against Germany. It's in Germany. Who's you got your money on there?
Bloody hell.
Gotta
I'll
get
go
serious.
Italy on this one.
What are you doing? Okay, all right. Each to their own. You got the Portuguese against the Dutch.
Um, I reckon that Netherlands will end up putting in a good word, like putting in a good fight for it. But I reckon they'll end up missing out just very narrowly. So I'll go Portugal on that.
Okay, Belgium, France.
Bit of a derby there.
Mm-hmm.
France versus France.
BTEC France.
I'll go France on this.
Yeah. And then you've got England against Spain. It's tricky. It's
England and España.
tough. Oh, you speak of the lingo, eh?
I do. I was just about to say wee wee, but
See.
yeah.
Don't say wee wee around Alex. He hates the French.
Look, I don't hate the French, all right? I want to put that out there. I've got friends who are French.
Oh, that
but come on. But they're so good at football. It's just,
It's fine, Alex. Eat snails. They're weirdos.
That's true, they do. Yeah. No pressure, Millie, no pressure.
So because I bloody love Spain and all. Going in 2 weeks. I'll go England.
All right, brave call. Denver, let's take a look at your quarterfinals. Here we go. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Couple curveballs here. We got the Spain against Germany in yours.
And I'm going to go with a Germany win.
Nice. Portugal, France. France, easy. No, didn't even delay on that one. Switzerland, the Dutch.
My curveball. I'm going to go with one curveball each round. I'm going to say Switzerland.
Oh gosh, taking out the Dutch, and then England against Italy. Tricky.
Final.
Oh,
the last Euros.
Deja vu.
Interested. I'm going. Do you know what? I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to go England.
Yeah, I think you might have a good path here for England. Okay, Jacob, this is your quarterfinals. Spain, Germany, also.
Yeah, I think the Germans just with that home advantage personally.
Nice. Portugal, the Dutch.
I don't rate the Dutch too highly, so I will go with Portugal.
Ukraine, France. Ukraine make it to the last 8.
Yeah, I think the Ukrainians will be happy with that. I think they'll put in a heartfelt performance, but too much quality on the day for France, I think. So I'll go with France.
And then England with another easy path to a semi, at least. Hungary.
Well, we don't mind an easy path to a semi, do we, Dirk? So we'll go with England.
The Hungarians could shock us. The Hungarians could shock.
They could be in Iceland. They could be in Iceland waiting.
Alex, they could be hungry for a semi.
Yeah.
Again, out of context, that's mad.
Okay, Alex, late to the party, but this is your quarterfinal. Spain, Germany. Well.
Okay, Spain and Germany. I don't want to, I don't want to not give it to one of your nations, Dirk.
Thank you.
But I feel like the firepower of Spain could be problematic for Germany.
Ooh.
Let's remove Alex from the conversation. You're supposed to pick Germany. Okay, carry on.
Oh, sorry. I have to pick Germany.
No. You're all right. Carry on. Croatia, the Dutch.
Croatia and the Dutch. Ooh. I think that could go either way. I'll go Croatia.
Ooh, nice one. Belgium against France.
I'll probably have to go France, much as I don't want to.
No, they're still there. And then England against Italy.
Yeah, it's got to be. They've got to set the record straight. England it's their destiny, I believe.
It's their destiny. All right. Okay. No more funny business. Here comes your semi-finals, Millie. You've got Italy, Portugal, France, England. How are they going to go?
I mean, Italy and Portugal. I'll go Italy on this.
Ooh. And what about Bonjour, France against England? That's a tasty one. That's the one you don't want, really, I don't think.
Alex's worst dream.
Yeah.
I was just about to say it's the one Alex don't want. It's the one I don't bloody want either. Right.
Yeah.
Remember, there's pride on the line here. Whoever gets closest to the right one will have a crown of some sort.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Give us a Twinkie when you're next over at Christmas. Then I said.
It was hard to get all that shit over with limited baggage. I'm just saying.
I don't know what kind of crown I'd get. I won't.
I mean, obviously, we love our England, but I'll go France.
Nice one. That's it. No bias. Brave. Okay, Denver, this is yours. Again, another easy one there. Looks like you got to do a curveball. Germany, France.
I'm going to say France.
France. Switzerland,
and then,
England.
My curveball, England to beat Switzerland. I know. Shock.
Really? Is that what you're going for, England?
I'll go with England.
Okay. Jacob, this is yours. Semi-finals. Germany, Portugal.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Germans.
Yeah. And then you'll have France, England.
Yeah, I think the likelihood of this semi-final is very, very likely. By just looking at the tournament, we've all kind of seen that this is probably what the semi is going to be if it all goes as you would think. I do genuinely think we need to right some wrongs after last time. I'll be honest with you, in the World Cup, I think we played brilliantly against France and we just absolutely bottled it. Well, I say we bottled it. Kane bottled it. And I do think we kind of had their number for a fair chunk of that game. And then obviously the penalty miss just completely killed us, unfortunately. So I am going to go with England. I do genuinely think we'll right some wrongs.
Bold. And then, Mr. Haben, you have a similar sort of conundrum. Spain, Croatia.
Oh, I think this might be a bridge too far for Croatia. So I think Spain will win that one.
And what's your take on the French-England game?
Oh, my take on the French-England game is very tough for England. Very, very tough.
Tough for the French, though, as well. I don't think they'll want us.
I think they're the one that I think they're the one that the French fear is England. The whole thing.
Right. Well, I've got to follow my heart and go for England, but my head has got major reservation. Major.
Okay, so you're going with England.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then, Millie. This is your final. You have Italy up against the French. Who is going to win the Euros in your eyes?
Bloody hell. I'll go France.
Go for France. Bonjour, bonjour. Let's leave it like that and do it like this, whatever. And that is your thing. Take a snapshot. You got the French. Well done. Exciting. Okay. Denver, you're up. You have France, England.
Right.
What a final that would be, by the way.
Yeah, what a final. Now, do I go with my heart? Or
yes, do it.
do I think Adam Morton plays a killer pass to Harry Kane and he puts it in the back?
Oh.
It's like Adam Wharton to Sam Gallagher.
We can dream. I can't. I don't. You know what? I think it's just bad luck if I pick England here, isn't it? Let's be honest. So I'm going to go England.
All right, locked in.
I feel like a fraud. Go on.
You're locked in. This is your Euro 2024, whatever that is. Nice one, Jacob. You have the Germans at home ground, home turf, against England. Forever chokers, always choking it.
Especially against Germany.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say, Dirk?
You're going to go England. I can
I'm
feel
going
it.
to go. I'm going to go penalties.
Okay.
This
They're
could
not
right a
gone.
few wrongs.
The Germans.
Well, no one will survive if we go to penalty. No. Who?
I think
Who's
England
going
got
to
good
survive
penalties.
penalty?
I don't know. I
I'm
dread
gonna-
that.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll be going to the doctors in heart pills.
Yeah. Oh, right. I see what you mean. Yes. Us humans watching will not survive.
I'm going to go penalties, Dirk. Penalties v the Germans, and we're going to right the wrongs of 2020, and we're going to win the Euros on penalties. We're going to do it for Saka. We're going to do it for Rashford. We're going to do it for Sancho,
And all those that missed before in 96 and 1990.
including
against the Germans.
Southgate.
Including Southgate. He does need to, he needs to get something wrong, right? And that is your whatever that is, thingy majiggity bobbity. And then finally, Mr. Haben, you have a Spain-England final.
Yes.
Surely that's only going one way.
Again, my head would. Well, I don't know. I think defensively England could be better than Spain, but attack-wise, Spain could be superior to England. So
Harry Kane, though.
yeah, that's true.
Possession would Spain have, Alex?
No. Oh, they'd have more possession. Yeah, definitely. I think, but I'll go for England. I'll go for England to nick it. Cheeky.
Look at you guys. All three out of the 4 English folks picking England.
What a surprise.
What a surprise.
Like,
well done, Millie. Well done, Millie. I'm proud of you because, you've gone against the grain. Now, so on your heart of hearts, do you think England will win the Euros?
We've got a good chance. He's actually brought in, rather than using the ones that have been in the Euros, in the World Cup, all that lot, he's actually brought in some young uns like Adam Morton. So I reckon if they find the feet, then I reckon we've got a good chance.
All right, Denver, what about you? Realistically, is this the best chance they've got?
I think this will be the best chance we're going to have in a long time. You've got the right mix of talent coming through, the likes of Jude Bellingham really hitting form and making his name. You've got the likes of Adam Wharton and Kopi Mainoo coming through, and they're going to bleed into the squad. But you've also got your veterans now, and your Harry Kanes, coming up. This will probably be the best, and maybe even the World Cup, maybe just dwindling in his peak. So you really want to, while you've got the because looking at after Kane, you're looking at Ivan Toney and Ollie Watkins leading the line. So if it's gonna be any time, this is our prime time to do it, unless there's another world beater comes through in the next 5 to 10 years. But yeah, no, we're hoping for a good tournament. We have a good chance, so we'll see what happens, won't we?
Yeah, but what about Mr. Southgate? Is he the right man, Jacob?
Well, I think no matter what the result of this tournament is, I think it will be his last one. I think he either goes out a bit on a high, or goes out with his tail between his legs. Because I think as England fans, if we don't win this tournament, I think we all will be a bit disappointed that we haven't kind of done anything with, as Denver said. Harry Kane will have, at least one more tournament in him, if not 2. But to kind of waste Kane's, at the peak of his powers, if he doesn't win the Euros this year, can he kind of get that monkey off his back of not winning a trophy? Do it on the international scale. Hasn't managed to do it at Bayern, which you would have thought would be a gimme. That curse has followed him. But yeah. I think as Denver said brilliantly, I think it's a good mix. And my only point of concern is obviously kind of the injuries in defence and kind of the lack of kind of players we have there. The fact we're taking a Lewis Dunk who's kind of way past his peak at this point. And it's, God knows what that partnership's going to be starting. Is it going to be Gay and Stones? Who knows? So I would have actually liked to see Slabhead there, to be honest with you. And left back as well. Is it going to be Luke Shaw? I mean, he's supposedly injured for the first game. I mean, he's not the fittest at the best of times. So guess we'll see.
And Mr. Haben, what about you? Of course, you missed the chat about Wharton. You know, you're excited to see him. Is that giving you some more reason to cheer on England?
Yes, I'm very excited about Adam Morton, seeing him play, and I'm really excited about what he can bring to the team. And I think he's the kind of player that England have been screaming out for. And he could be a real difference maker. I'm hoping he plays a lot. So we'll see what happens.
Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. 4 different points of view, and of course, all of them picking England to go the distance. Would you, Adam, believe it? But me, as a half Scot, half German, thinks it's absolute nonsense that England are going to win this one. And I'm going to, of course, I've got my own predictions out there, so make sure you check that out. Also, make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the like. Your one-stop shop for Euro 2024 is right here under One Roosky. Of course, you can catch up with the gang throughout the tournament and, of course, into next season with Roverseas coverage from around the globe. That's it, guys. Smash the subscribe, smash the like. I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is. But until then, we are done.